Shabbat Shalom. Take time for Torah. 5 minutes with Rabbi Gaber. In this week's Torah portion, Parshat Ttzaveh, we read the description of the beautiful garments, the vestments that the high priest would wear when he would enter into the Kodesh Kodashim, into the Holy of Holies, and offer sacrifices and seek forgiveness on behalf of the Israelites, himself, and the entire community. Who should fill that role of high priest? Aaron is the one who was chosen. Why was he chosen? Was he chosen because he was Moshe's brother? Or that he served as spokesman to Pharaoh? Or perhaps he had the leadership skills to lead the people through sacred worship and to be the spiritual leader of the Jewish people? Our Midrash wonders if Aaron was the wrong choice to be high priest. He's the one who has a major role in the construction of the golden calf, the Egel HaZahav, which we will hear about in next week's Torah portion. As a matter of fact, chapter 9, verse 20 of Deuteronomy sees that God wishes to destroy Aaron because of his role in the golden calf, because the Israelites worshipped an idol. And yet Midrash Hagadol teaches us and suggests to us that Aaron is the specifically right person to serve in that role. You see, Midrash Hagadol suggests that God tells Moses to bring him close to you, insinuating that by serving as the high priest, who brought forgiveness and atonement to the Jewish people, Aaron would personify the possibility of turning a tragedy, turning a mistake into an opportunity for growth. Rather than punishing Aaron, God sees an opportunity to choose someone who has known tragedy, who has made mistakes, and who can model for us the power of transformation to become a better version of ourselves. That's perhaps a wonderful message for all of us. In today's society, in today's world, we can look to an individual named Yuval Roth, an Israeli, who was recently profiled in CNN Heroes. Following the brutal kidnapping and murder of his brother, Udi, by Hamas terrorists, Yuval Roth found himself to be angry, to be embittered, and yet, instead of allowing his pain to consume him, he channels his anger towards peace. As he reported in an interview, I heard an interview on Israeli radio with a man who lost his son in a very similar way that I lost my brother. So Roth says, after the interview, I called him, and he said he had an idea to establish a group to encourage dialogue between the bereaved families of Israelis and Palestinians. This put him on the path towards creating a group called Derech Hachlama, or the Road to Recovery. This organization recruits Israelis to drive desperately sick Palestinians to get care in Israel, to get medical treatment in Israel. The organization now boasts over 200 volunteers. In 2010, they drove an estimated 55,000 miles. Yuval Roth said, I lost my brother, but I did not lose my head. Yuval Roth followed in Aaron's legacy to create an activity that gave him a sense of purpose in his life. Indeed, his work celebrates the beauty of humanity, the ability to appreciate one another, to give back, to forgive others for wrongdoing, and ultimately change ourselves for the better. This coming week, as we read the Torah portion at home or in shul, and as we make our way through our daily life, can we find a way to become a better version of ourselves? Can we find a way to channel our anger, our hatred, towards ways of peace and growth? You see, if we do, we bring about tikkun olam. We bring about a healing of the world, and we transform tragedies into great events. Shabbat Shalom. I look forward to seeing you next week. I hope to see you in